try to cultivate the positive emotion, compassion, love.
So do you think that everybody has a particular responsibility to do something about the world?
Oh, yes. You see, we are, I believe, the whole world now like, consider one human family. So each of us is member of the same family. You see, in order to have, consider, happier human society or humanity, happier world, all member of the family have the responsibility. I think here, you see, I would like to mention when we see the problem, a huge problem, then in spite the sense of responsibility, but then you see, you feel, how much I can, how can you see, I serve. The problem is huge. One is a single person. But then I feel today, of course, these problems, unless some kind of mass movement, it's difficult to change these. But then initiative must start from individual.
The Chinese, they destroyed 6,000 monasteries. They killed like 1 million Tibetans. They forced the monks and the nuns to break their vows of celibacy. They forced them to kill. How can you say that you should love them?
The genuine compassion is not because someone is close to me, no. Or is it someone is it very helpful to me, not that way. But this is simply that other sentient being or other human being, just like myself, who do not want pain and who want happiness. On that realization, on the basis of that realization, you see, develop some kind of genuine concern about their, welfare. So on that basis, you see, you develop genuine compassion. You can. So that's the genuine compassion. So therefore, you see, irrespective whether that person is your friend or your enemy, doesn't matter.
Even if you look at an individual and say, love the individual, I mean, why should you not resist and fight back to people who does?
Oh, you see, compassion or forgiveness or tolerance does not mean, you see, you accept it, you see, that thing. Uh-huh. That's two things separate. You see, the tolerance means, you see, you restrain a negative feeling, ill feeling or hatred on other. Now, you see, if you look from the Buddhist viewpoint, if you look, you see, to these, you see, to groups, there are more reason, sufficient reason, you see, to feel more compassion towards the person or the community who creates suffering on others, rather than the victim. It's the victim side. Now already you see ripening, you see, their negative karma or negative action, previous negative action. The community or the group of the people or the individual person, you see, who creates suffering or pains on other. Now that they, you see, just begin, to sow the negative seed for long run negative consequences. So you see, there are reasons to feel more compassion towards the person or the group of the people.
And that we could all become the new abolitionists. Vice President of the World Bank, Ismail Salafadin. The United States, even as the European Commission is threatening sanctions against the Rwandan government, details are emerging of yet another tragedy in which Hutu refugees have lost their lives.
It's senseless.
So will you listen to all those bad news? Do you meditate on it, or how do you...
When I saw the suffering and troubles, then it reminds how harmful about negative emotion.
Does it never happen that you get very bored with the meditation?
No. No. And also it's a little bit, I think and also it's making little differences what's today. When meditation, it goes very smooth. And after meditation, is my mind very fresh.
So you're positive. You think that in your lifetime the situation in Tibet is going to improve?
Oh, yes, yes. That's what I believe.
Yes?
That's what the Tibetan issue. For the time being, not much hope. For immediate. Then for long run, after a few years, I'm very hopeful.
When you are still alive?
Oh, yes, yes.
It's going to happen good things
course.
in Tibet? Are you going to return to Tibet, do you think?
Oh, yes, certainly. I feel this, sooner or later, I think we will find some kind of mutually agreeable solution with the Chinese government. Otherwise, you see, if you use common sense, this present is a situation neither benefit for China nor to Tibet.
Are you afraid to die?
No.
Are you afraid of anything?
If mad dog comes, I will that you see, in Tibetan Buddhist practice, there are special sort of training about this death. So in my daily practice, about 7 or 8 times, the visualization of death.
So you are used.
So some kind of preparation. But I don't know. There's no guarantee. This is a practice can really be effective on the time of death. I don't know.
No.
I don't know. I hope.
What is the meaning of life?
So whether there is a meaning or not, the very existence is reality. So it is very important to utilize our life meaningful or constructive. That means happiness, maximum happiness. How to develop happiness? If you if you take care more others, if you give something good for others, ultimately you will be happier person. If you neglect others' right, if you forget about others, and worse, if you exploit on others, then ultimately you will lose it. So therefore, taking more care about others' interest, that is ultimately your own interest. So therefore, I feel for a life, compassionate life with full of compassion. That's really constructive life, happy life, meaningful life. That's my fundamental.